Hello, and welcome back to English and Chill. I'm James, and I'm happy you're here with me today. This is your calm place to listen, repeat, and speak English slowly and naturally. In this episode, we will talk about your weekend, the simple things you do when you have free time. Maybe you relax at home, go for a walk, visit friends, or enjoy a quiet evening. These small activities are easy to describe, and they're perfect for real-life English practice. Why is this useful? Because when you talk about your own weekend, you're speaking about something real. You don't need to search for complicated ideas. You don't need to use difficult words. You can simply say, I stayed home and watched a movie. I went out with friends. I cooked a big lunch on Sunday. These are everyday sentences. They are your stories. And when you practice them, you build confidence and fluency, step by step. In this episode, I'll guide you with slow examples, useful weekend phrases, and a story you can shadow. By the end, you'll feel ready to share what you did over the weekend in clear English. Take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. Let's talk about why describing your weekend is a powerful way to build your English speaking skills. Many English learners focus on textbooks. They try to memorize grammar rules, long word lists, and formal expressions. But when it's time to speak, they freeze. Why? Because real speaking doesn't come from rules. It comes from real life. That's where weekend talk comes in. When you speak about your weekend, you are telling a true story. It's your experience. You don't need to imagine big things or use difficult vocabulary. You can simply say, I slept in on Saturday. I had lunch with my family. I walked in the park and felt calm. These are small moments, but they're real moments. And when you describe them in English, you are building a true connection with the language. Now, compare that to textbook grammar. Present perfect continuous tense. I have been walking. It may be useful, but it's hard to use in natural conversation. It's not where beginners should start. Instead, try saying, I walked by the river. I listened to music and relaxed. These sentences are clear, simple, and true to you. That's what makes them powerful. You don't just remember words, you remember a moment, and that makes your English stronger. When you speak slowly about your weekend, you also practice past tense in a real way. I watched a movie. Feelings in context. I felt happy. And sequencing naturally. Like first I cleaned, then I cooked. These are skills that grow your confidence and fluency over time. So today, let's keep it simple. Let's speak from real life. Your weekend is your classroom. Ready? Let's practice together. Let's now practice speaking about a typical weekend. I'll say each sentence slowly. You'll hear a short pause, and then I'll ask you to repeat. Let's go step by step. Ready? I slept in today. Now repeat. I slept in today. I didn't set an alarm. Now repeat. I didn't set an alarm. I stayed in bed for a while. Now repeat. I stayed in bed for a while. I felt relaxed and happy. Now repeat. I felt relaxed and happy. I made a hot cup of coffee. Now repeat. I made a hot cup of coffee. I sat by the window and drank slowly. Now repeat. I sat by the window and drank slowly. The morning was quiet. Now repeat. The morning was quiet. I listened to music and breathed deeply. Now repeat. I listened to music and breathed deeply. I cleaned the kitchen a little. Now repeat. I cleaned the kitchen a little. I cooked eggs and toast for breakfast. Now repeat. I cooked eggs and toast for breakfast. I felt calm and peaceful. Now repeat. I felt calm and peaceful. I took a warm shower. Now repeat. I took a warm shower. I put on comfortable clothes. Now repeat. I put on comfortable clothes. I read a few pages of a book. Now repeat. I read a few pages of a book. I texted a friend. Now repeat. I texted a friend. We met at a cafe in the afternoon. Now repeat. We met at a cafe in the afternoon. We talked and laughed for an hour. Now repeat. We talked and laughed for an hour. The weather was nice. Now repeat. The weather was nice. I went for a short walk in the park. Now repeat. I went for a short walk in the park. I watched a movie at home. I cooked pasta for dinner. Now repeat. I cooked pasta for dinner. I felt full and satisfied. Now repeat. I felt full and satisfied. I lit a candle in the evening. Now repeat. I lit a candle in the evening. I listened to soft music. Now repeat. I listened to soft music. I felt thankful for a quiet day. Now repeat. I felt thankful for a quiet day. I went to bed with a peaceful mind. Now repeat. I went to bed with a peaceful mind. Well done! You just practiced 25 plus real English sentences about your weekend. Simple, clear, and true to life.
Let's talk about my weekend. You can repeat each sentence after me. I'll speak slowly and clearly. Take your time, no rush. On Saturday morning, I woke up late. Now repeat. I woke up late. The room was quiet. Now repeat. The room was quiet. I stayed in bed for a few more minutes. Now repeat. I stayed in bed for a few more minutes. I felt calm and peaceful. Now repeat. I felt calm and peaceful. I made a warm cup of tea. Now repeat. I made a warm cup of tea. I looked out the window and saw the sun. Now repeat. I saw the sun. I opened the window to feel the fresh air. Now repeat. I opened the window. I played soft music in the background. Now repeat. I played soft music. Then I cleaned my living room slowly. Now repeat. I cleaned my living room slowly. I felt good after finishing. Now repeat. I felt good. In the afternoon, I read a book. Now repeat. I read a book. The story was interesting. Now repeat. The story was interesting. I forgot the time while reading. Now repeat. I forgot the time. Later, I made lunch, some rice and vegetables. Now repeat. I made rice and vegetables. I took a short nap after lunch. Now repeat. I took a short nap. In the evening, I called my friend Emma. Now repeat. I called my friend Emma. We talked about our week. Now repeat. We talked about our week. I felt happy to hear her voice. Now repeat. I felt happy. We laughed about something funny. Now repeat. We laughed together. On Sunday, I went for a walk in the park. Now repeat. I went for a walk. The trees were green and the air was cool. Now repeat. The air was cool. I saw kids playing and people smiling. Now repeat. I saw people smiling. I sat on a bench and watched the sky. Now repeat. I watched the sky. It was a quiet and simple moment. Now repeat. It was a simple moment. That night, I watched a movie at home. Now repeat. I watched a movie. I ate popcorn and relaxed. Now repeat. I ate popcorn and relaxed. Before bed, I wrote in my journal. Now repeat. I wrote in my journal. I wrote about what made me smile. Now repeat. What made me smile? I felt thankful for the weekend. Now repeat. I felt thankful. That was my weekend. Simple, slow, and real. Now it's your turn. Try to tell your story next.
Let's practice some common English questions and answers about weekends. I'll say the question, then the answer. You repeat after me. Speak slowly and clearly. Question 1. What did you do on the weekend? Now repeat. What did you do on the weekend? I watched a movie. Now repeat. I watched a movie. Question 2. Did you stay home or go out? Now repeat. Did you stay home or go out? I stayed home. Now repeat. I stayed home. Or, I went out with my friends. Now repeat. I went out with my friends. Question 3. How was your weekend? Now repeat. How was your weekend? It was relaxing. Now repeat. It was relaxing. Or, it was fun. Now repeat. It was fun. Question 4. Did you do anything special? Now repeat. Did you do anything special? Yes, I cooked something new. Now repeat. I cooked something new. Or, no, I just rested. Now repeat. I just rested. Question 5. Did you see anyone? Now repeat. Did you see anyone? Yes, I met my family. Now repeat. I met my family. Or, no, I stayed by myself. Now repeat. I stayed by myself. Question 6. What time did you wake up? Now repeat. What time did you wake up? I woke up at 9 a.m. Now repeat. I woke up at 9 a.m. Or, I slept in. Now repeat. I slept in. Question 7. Did you go anywhere? Now repeat. Did you go anywhere? Yes, I went to the park. Now repeat. I went to the park. Or, no, I stayed at home. Now repeat. I stayed at home. Question 8. Did you enjoy your weekend? Now repeat. Did you enjoy your weekend? Yes, it was great. Now repeat. It was great. Or, yes, I needed some rest. Now repeat. I needed some rest. You can use these questions to talk to your teacher, your friend, or even yourself. Practice one by one. Take your time. You are learning real English slowly and clearly. Let's keep going. You're doing great. Let's listen to a short conversation between James and Emma. They're talking about their weekend. Repeat each sentence after me. Speak slowly and clearly. Let's begin.
Hi, Emma. How was your weekend?
Now repeat.
Hi, Emma. How was your weekend?
It was relaxing, James. I stayed home most of the time. Now repeat. It was relaxing, James. I stayed home most of the time.
That sounds nice. Did you rest a lot?
Now repeat.
That sounds nice. Did you rest a lot?
Yes, I slept a lot. I really needed it. Now repeat. Yes, I slept a lot. I really needed it.
Good for you. Did you do anything fun?
Now repeat.
Good for you. Did you do anything fun?
I watched a movie and cooked something new. Now repeat. I watched a movie and cooked something new.
Nice. What did you cook?
Now repeat.
Nice. What did you cook?
I made vegetable soup. It was warm and delicious. Now repeat. I made vegetable soup. It was warm and delicious.
Sounds perfect for the weekend.
Now repeat.
Sounds perfect for the weekend.
How about you, James? Now repeat. How about you, James?
I went to the park on Saturday. I walked for a long time.
Now repeat.
I went to the park on Saturday. I walked for a long time.
That sounds peaceful. Now repeat. That sounds peaceful.
It was. I also read a book on Sunday.
Now repeat.
It was. I also read a book on Sunday.
Nice. What did you read? Now repeat. Nice. What did you read?
Just a short novel. It helped me relax.
Now repeat.
Just a short novel. It helped me relax.
I'm glad you had a calm weekend too. Now repeat. I'm glad you had a calm weekend too.
Yes, I feel ready for the new week now.
Now repeat.
Yes, I feel ready for the new week now.
Me too. Let's do our best this week. Now repeat. Me too. Let's do our best this week.
You just practiced a full English conversation about the weekend. Remember, you can speak slowly and clearly like this every day. Let's keep going.
Let's slow down and reflect on the weekend together. Speak each sentence slowly with me. Pause. Breathe. Feel the words. I had a peaceful weekend. Now repeat. I had a peaceful weekend. I gave myself time to rest. Now repeat. I gave myself time to rest. I did things that made me smile. Now repeat. I did things that made me smile. I enjoyed some quiet moments. Now repeat. I enjoyed some quiet moments. I was kind to myself. Now repeat. I was kind to myself. I didn't rush. I moved slowly. Now repeat. I didn't rush. I moved slowly. I ate food that made me feel good. Now repeat. I ate food that made me feel good. I talked to people I care about. Now repeat. I talked to people I care about. I took a deep breath and felt calm. Now repeat. I took a deep breath and felt calm. I watched something that made me laugh. Now repeat. I watched something that made me laugh. I felt grateful for simple things. Now repeat. I felt grateful for simple things. I listened to music I love. Now repeat. I listened to music I love. I felt the sunlight on my face. Now repeat. I felt the sunlight on my face. I rested without guilt. Now repeat. I rested without guilt. I gave my mind a break. Now repeat. I gave my mind a break. I enjoyed being at home. Now repeat. I enjoyed being at home. I did something small just for me. Now repeat. I did something small just for me. I let myself feel calm and slow. Now repeat. I let myself feel calm and slow. I took a walk and felt the fresh air. Now repeat. I took a walk and felt the fresh air. I didn't need to do everything. Now repeat. I didn't need to do everything. I listened to my body. Now repeat. I listened to my body. I let go of stress. Now repeat. I let go of stress. I felt okay being quiet. Now repeat. I felt okay being quiet. I smiled at myself in the mirror. Now repeat. I smiled at myself in the mirror. I feel ready for a new week. Now repeat. I feel ready for a new week. I trust myself to do my best. Now repeat. I trust myself to do my best. I know every week is a fresh start. Now repeat. I know every week is a fresh start. I will carry peace into tomorrow. Now repeat. I will carry peace into tomorrow. I am proud of how I rested. Now repeat. I am proud of how I rested. I say thank you to this weekend. Now repeat. I say thank you to this weekend. Well done. Take this peaceful energy into your new week. You spoke slow, real English, and it was beautiful. Keep going one sentence at a time. You've done something powerful today. You took the time to speak English slowly about your own life, about your weekend, about what made you feel calm, happy, or rested. That matters. Speaking English is not only about grammar or tests, it's about you. It's about expressing your thoughts, your memories, your feelings. And today, you did exactly that. Now, I want to give you a small challenge. You don't need a big vocabulary. You don't need perfect grammar. Just say 2 or 3 sentences about your weekend. Right now, out loud, or in your heart. Maybe something like, I cooked dinner with my sister. I stayed home and read a book. I felt happy when I walked in the park. You can start simple, but every time you do this, you grow. Your words become stronger, your voice becomes clearer, and your confidence becomes real. So try it now. Speak your own weekend story in your own English. Take a deep breath. Say it slowly. Beautiful. Your life is worth expressing in any language, and now in English. If you enjoyed this practice, come back again. Repeat the sentences. Make them your own. And every time you do, remember, you are speaking real English. You are making progress. And I'm proud of you. Until next time, this is James from English and Chill. Keep speaking, keep growing, and enjoy your next weekend. See you soon.